This is a prop demonstration for my website, landmarkcatalog.com, for the Mote Emitters. I think the other set that I made a demo of, the shadow themed ones, were sent to me by Rhea, but in any case, I'm still going to thank my guildmate Rhea for sending some of these so that you guys can see them. Just note that they are also in still versions on my website, but not all of them take good screenshots. So, like, for example, some of the water drops, they're great when you see them in action, but to take an image of them, I might get like a picture of 2 drops of water and you're like, well, what good does that do me? So that's why I do these demos. A lot of them are not done any justice by seeing still images. So I'm going to start out with the one that I had in a previous video, but when I get them and they're comparable, I'm going to add them side by side for comparison also. And this is, I'm starting off with the oil geyser warning. I've noticed a pattern. Most of these that have a geyser have a warning version and then an eruption version. So this is the one I think I had in a previous video. And if you're not familiar, the Mote Emitters are a little pyramid that you click on. It adds an effect and you can sync it into your build so that it's not visible if you want. I didn't sync any of these, they're all on top. So that is oil geyser warning. This is oil geyser eruption. Again, you can see why that's hard to get a good screenshot of. Kind of huge. Kind of ginormous. I'll turn these off now. There is a type 2 of this next one, or type 1, sorry, this is going to be smoke plume type 2. I had a type 1, I picked it up, I have no idea where it went, that was quite some time ago, and it never came back to me. So I can't tell you for sure what that one's like because it wasn't working at the time. So maybe that's been pulled, or maybe it just flew away into, I don't know, beta era chaos, and I may never get it back again. Unless I loot it again. So this is the smoke plume type 2. It's quite large. You can resize these if you're unfamiliar by using tweak mode. I might show that really quickly at the end. This one has a really nice billowing effect. I always put the wall here so you can get a sense of the drift or how large the actual effect is, just to get a sense. So let me zoom in here, turn this puppy off. The next 2 are, again, going to follow that warning and eruption pattern that I've noticed. So the first one is Flame Geyser Warning Mote Emitter. That's the warning. And then this is Flame Geyser Eruption. Also huge. I have other fire and smoke themed. Anytime I refer to something in these videos or on my website as natural, it means it could potentially occur in your backyard today. In the real world. Well, maybe not an oil geyser. Depends on where you live. But things that are natural. I classify things as kind of magic themed when they're outside the realm of everyday real world life. So, pink flame. I'm sure you can make a pink flame, but you're not going to walk in your backyard and see a pink flame out of your fire just randomly. So I classify those as magic themed, I think is the route that I'm going with that. I have noticed with a lot of these you need to kind of zoom in to see the Mote Emitter again. And let's do a resizing. So I left clicked, right clicked. I can never remember, I do it out of habit. Okay. So I right clicked open tweak mode, and tweak mode allows you to adjust the size. And one tip if you're new to the game, if you drag this and let go, when you drag and release, it's a little easier to size things incrementally. And then you hit the check mark, and then it's resized. I think that concludes this tiny tutorial. Some other things I should let you know, I will put the names of each of these underneath the video. I will have a link to my website usually in the comments or sometimes underneath the video. I am in the process of changing the location, the hosting server location of my website. Don't think I'll have any downtime, but that's why it's not linked to my YouTube channel just yet. Wanted to get that underway first. And then also you can find, I have a new Facebook page. I set it up as a community. Come like that page, because when I add new videos like this, or when I add new images to the site, I do say something about it there. I started quite some time ago, well, not that long ago, probably back in December, summarizing Landmark Live is another thing that I've been doing, just because who always has time to watch that? Or sometimes you watch it and then later on you're like, well, which version of what Landmark Live was that in? You can search the website using keywords, like for example, monsters, or I think player versus environment. If you search that on my website, you'll find the Landmark Live summary for that gives you kind of the lowdown. Those are summaries, not transcriptions, so they're not word for word, and I can't get every single thing in there. I'm just not that fast at typing. But they're there, and I have the videos linked. And then I also, when I add a lot of new stuff, I'll put an update list on the site as well. So you have several ways to do that. Check out the Facebook site, same name, landmarkcatalog.com. My Twitter handle is ownsmanyhats. And I also post updates there all the time too. Again, thank you to Rhea, in case any of these came by way of you. I think it was the shadow themed ones, but it's really a community, helping a community here. And I think that concludes this. Look for the link to my next video with other Mote Emitters. Thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.